One of the indicators of every successful government anywhere in the world is measured by the improvement in the quality of lives of its people based on policies and programs fashioned to address areas of economic deficiencies within the polity. Globally, unemployment has assumed a hydra-headed dimension, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, where, according to International Labour Organization (ILO), unemployment is on the rise. Governments globally have been confronted with this challenge and how to solve it. But in Nigeria, the situation appears much more worrisome as the unemployment rate is quite startling.
Smart Delta.
Delta State, a component part of the Committee of States in Nigeria, is not immune to this challenge. However, when Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi took over the reins of power as governor, he promised to do things differently to create jobs and wealth to bring prosperity to all Deltans, a point he re-emphasized during his second-term inauguration speech.
After a holistic review of past development frameworks and several consultations with various stakeholders, we launched the Delta State Medium-Term Development Plan with key strategic imperatives to drive rapid infrastructure development, engender inclusive economic growth, reduce the worrisome high level of youth unemployment and pervasive poverty, and improve the general well-being of all Deltans.
First time in history of the state, this is one governor that's accepted everywhere. One thing he has for him that works for him is that he does what he says. He kept the promise he gave to us in 2015, and 2019 is going to keep the same promise. We have come to identify with a brand that is sure, that is tested, and youth empowerment all over. And youths are gainfully engaged in business.
So, what did he do? He rolled up his sleeves and went to work, announcing the empowerment programs aimed at making young Deltans business owners rather than job seekers, and build a stronger Delta in the process, and equally improve the GDP of the state. The policy birthed several entrepreneurship schemes, which had several young people enrolled to partake. After due process of recruitment and training, the beneficiaries were empowered to begin doing business in their chosen endeavors.
And you cannot create wealth if you are not equipped to create wealth. Where Governor Okowa started is the right place to start. What Governor Okowa is saying is that instead of having graduates which are not employable, we should find a way to make them, to create people who will be able to create jobs, not just for themselves, but for others. You raise the GDP, and that's what strategic wealth creation is about.
The GDP of the state, with this program that the governor has put on ground, has improved drastically, because it has empowered so many people that the street has been reduced from unemployment, and people are now keying into the right direction.
Our knowledge base has been increased already. Our mentality is already changing. So the effects have started. With the knowledge we are gathering here, is going to make us not only a beneficiary but also a job creator, and also adding to the GDP of the states and the nation at large.
One of such empowerment programs aimed at strategic wealth creation is Youth Agriculture Entrepreneurship Program, YAGEP. Agriculture, from empirical evidence, is one of the greatest employers of labor, as its diverse nature and seeming endless value chain has very huge potentials as a cash cow if well developed. Buoyed by its vision of prosperity, Delta State government was sufficiently motivated to tap into agriculture's many benefits.
The administration of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has been able to achieve the purpose for which we set out in the areas of job creation and empowerment of the youth. When we look at the job creation scheme that has been in place for 4 years, we also see the need for it to be sustainable. And for it to be sustainable, we need to consolidate, we need to strengthen, and we need to institutionalize it.
4 years ago, when he took the oath of office as a governor, he said he was going to create jobs. And true to his words, he did it. In fact, as we speak, they have not only been trained, they have as well been empowered. And that is the area we really want the governor to continue. in his second tenure.
We are going astray before now, but thank God he has empowered us, and wherever they see us as the children of the governor of Delta State. So he's doing well.
In contradistinction to the past, Delta youths now take agriculture as business rather than mere vocation. For instance, a huge number have gone into fish farming and are doing well.
Yagep gave me the fish, the fingerless. Yagep gave me the feed. So what more can I ask for? This is what we call good governance. OKOWA the work, we are actually seeing it, and I'm a beneficiary.
It will go a very long way for us to have at least cumulative of 145 bags of fish feed to enhance our fish farm and to enhance agriculture at large.
Yet others have gone beyond just producing the fish and selling, as demonstrated by this Yagapreneur who has taken advantage of its value chain by producing catfish oil. Hear him.
We are recommending this to all Deltans, to all Nigerians, Africa and the world over, that catfish truly have an oil which is medicinal to us, which shows the way BP, which, BP, when you're having BP, there are issue of headache and others. This substance called oil has undergone some scientific process of filtration, decantation, certification to ensure this product is perfectly pure, safe and strings for consumption.
Many more are barbecuing the fish, drying it and adding more value in the process, which translates to more money. Those into crop are also processing for longer shelf life and value.
I've made a lot of money today. If I should calculate, I'll sell more than 10 to 12 fishes, and that's at the rate of 3,000. And that's if I'm to sell fresh, I will sell at the rate of maybe 1,500 to 2,000. But when I process it to barbecue, and that's I sell at the rate of 3,000. So that really enhance much more gain.
There are yet many more that are into poultry farming with hundreds of birds in their farms. Smart Delta Media caught up with some of them on their farms and exhibition grounds.
Before now, we just raise birds and sell, but now I process and supply to hotels and walk-in customers. Right now, I'm doing thousands of birds. I intend increasing to 10,000 birds because demand is the essence of increasing or expanding your business, and the demand is there.
Smart Delta.
I do a lot of this. When did you graduate from the program?
2018.
You have customers for all this?
Yes.
So what do? They actually tell you what they want, then you go back and fabricate them.
Yes.
So you're fabricating different things, not just this?
No, not already. Some both doors material.
Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has promised to double government's efforts in its various empowerment programs. Even before he was inaugurated for his second tenure, he hit the ground running, as various beneficiaries could be seen in a warehouse along Mariam Babangida Way, loading different supplies and inputs into trucks and other vehicles to their farms in scattered locations. Smart Delta Media team caught up with some of them for a chat.
God bless OKOWA. If there's anything like third term, we'll give it third term.
I've not seen a government that is like this, that will promise and deliver. I've been trying to build a farm on my own ability, but this government came and gave us a very wonderful surprise package, a material worth more than ₦1 million for me to start up my farm. I came back life again. God bless OKOWA.
Through the assistance of the state government, I've been able to acquire 2.5 acres of land that I'm targeting 6,000 acres of plantation through the sponsorship of the state program, which means I'm going to get more laborers, I'm going to create employment for my people. I'm going to be going to the market myself. This program will take a whole lot of youths out of the streets because this is job itself. The sky is at a certain point. I'm already a young CEO.
I have to thank the governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for giving all the youths Delta support. Because you can see that this program is even cut across even non-Deltas and Deltas are in this program. So the program is touching every lives. As how you are living in Delta State.
Curiosity, they say, kills the cat. And since we didn't want to be like the cat, we decided to follow Lokosi Victor to his plantain plantation in Agoloma community in Batani to see things for ourselves.
I've not planted over 1,000, but with the help of this JAGEF program, we're unable to plant 2,000 to 2,500. And I know quite well that JAGEF has helped me a lot.
Plantain is rich in fiber and other nutritional values. We asked to know what other plants he had to take advantage of its value chain.
We know plantain has so many uses. The economical viability of plantain is too enormous. This is another area of resources or agricultural produce that have sustained Nigeria greatly. It's very lucrative in terms of agricultural produce.
From Patani, Smart Delta Media made a roundabout turn to Igbuku in Ndokwa East. Here we also visited Stanley Inonoje, another plantain farmer, to ascertain things for ourselves. Inonoje took us on a tour of the farm, sharing details with us.
Governor Okowa tried so much for the empowerment he gave to us. The empowerment have made a lot of input into this farm. In terms of the buying of the suckers, the clearing, the state government empowered me. They are giving me a lot of money. I bought my car through this farm. This is where my oil company is. As you can see, you are in my oil company right now. I would like if Okowa will rule and rule and rule again. I will be very happy.
Apart from selling the plantain fruit itself, what else does he take advantage of to make money?
In Igbuku, there is nobody who would like to buy plantain. No matter the dozen you want to buy, you will be traveling to a place like Bayelsa or Warri and any other place. When you know I have this farm here, I don't think it's possible. The governor have tried so much. For me,
it's true here we are feeding our family. But government support him, he support us. This is a job relating that when you go put your effort, you achieve the good at the right time.
Not done yet, we tracked other beneficiaries to Aniuje village in Oboloku. This time we met Ojuma Felix, who is into cassava production. As customary with us, we went on a tour of his farm.
Before, I did not farm large like this, but since government trained me for knowledge of how to plant cassava, they empower us. I'm very happy because from here to progress. So I thank government very well.
To further give a boost to the strategic wealth creation policy of the Delta State government, processing and packaging is taken very seriously. For instance, in the packaging factory for processing quality gari, located within the precincts of Iseluku Leather Works factory, is an amazing experience. Gari, a staple food in Nigeria, processed from cassava in this factory, undergoes quality assurance processes, bringing it up to international standards, fit for exportation. We asked how this is being done. We needed to know how this entire exercise fits into the strategic job creation policy of the OKOWA-led administration, especially as it strives to build a stronger Delta.
Once this gari passes this critical moisture and acid content, then we now tell them to bring it here for packaging. When it also comes, we also do another set of tests we run to ensure quality.
The goal of this initiative is to create jobs and wealth through the market-oriented development of the agricultural commodities. And this particular factory is devoted to the branding, the quality testing, and packaging of high-quality gari for export purposes.
It is worthy of mention that it is not only in agriculture-related business that the OKOWA-led administration is engaging in strategic wealth creation and building a stronger Delta.
Senator Okowa has done a lot
in Delta State. He has empowered a lot of women. He has brought food to our tables. At least every average Delta woman can clothe well.
Since I got the empowerment, OKOWA'S changed my life a lot. Everything is just okay for me. At least I can buy something with my own money without asking my mom to give me money.
Smart Delta.
Hey, welcome to Delta. Governor, where they want OKOWA.
Hi, my name is Fretless, and I live in Asaba, capital city of Delta State. As an entertainer, my job entails a lot of movement from one place to the other, and also to be at the right place at the right time, meaning that I need good roads to be able to meet up with work or appointments. And with the new government reform on construction and rehabilitation of all major and feeder roads in the state as part of its smart agenda, it has become so easy for me to move around at all times. Now, I just cruise from street to street, city to city, all over the state. And even apart from the roads as I move along daily, I see magnificent projects everywhere. Check out this one in Warri and several other places. Wow. Governor OKOWA is indeed a man with a vision.
Rice production is another area in farming enterprise. The YAGEP program has unleashed the potentials of Delta youths. After planting and minding the rice to maturity from the various farms, the produce end up in processing plants for milling and readied for sales and consumption.
This process is called washing. After the washing, you put them in this tank for soaking.
This is a very good experience and we've learned a lot. Like most of us have been in the streets. With this help, we hope to continue for the process of rice farm to prove to this country that we can produce rice in Delta State.
There are thousands of others under Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program STEP. These are persons who are into fashion and designing, catering, welding and fabrication, block and curb molding, beading, makeovers and events management, hairstylists, and many more of such enterprises.
I want to see how I can affect other lives, and through this program I'll be able to expand my own way, because by next month I'll be getting married, all because of what I have at hand now, because a tin of income coming to my family, coming to me. So I really want to say big kudos to my governor, our Ekweme one of Delta State. We salute you, sir. You are doing wonders.
OKOWA did well in my life. I've benefited in this empowerment. I want to take this opportunity to thank the government and OKOWA himself. He's done well in my life and my family.
Our quest to know more took us to one of the fashion houses in Delta State, where tens of thousands of STEP beneficiaries are trained. We met a session in progress. We chatted with one of the trainers, Reva, to know what economic benefit this entire experience is to her, aside the fulfillment of mentoring younger persons.
Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa is one of a kind. His interest for Deltans is amazing. He's not just doing it because he wants the figures. He's doing it because he wants to see results. If you go to the streets, the rate of unemployment has reduced. We know people we used to call street boys and girls before now. But now, things are changing for them.
Rebecca Ezichi and Oko Ukamaka, all STEP beneficiaries and trainees at Signature Secret Fashion House, put a tinge of icing on our cake and made our day by sharing their experiences, hopes and aspirations, which they described as worthy with Smart Delta.
I have it in mind that I will be a fashion designer, but later I decided to do my business because I don't have anything to start the fashion design. Now I thank God for everything today, and I thank OKOWA.
This fashion designing, it has always been my dream. I really want to appreciate Governor OKOWA for this, for making this dream to come to pass. At least today, I'm able to make a clothes of myself and for every other persons in the society.
Our never say die attitude propelled us to Opa Williams, who happens to be one of the trainers in audio visuals on the STEP program. We didn't meet him in his studios, but caught up with him in one of the studios at Delta Broadcasting Service, DBS Asaba. There is never a dull moment with him, as we talked and also chatted with some trainees with him on ground.
It's quite different from what usually used to be, where people are called upon and just given money. But here, they train you, the starter pack, and outside that too, they follow you up. What the governor is doing now is making the youth not employable, but being entrepreneurs. So it's actually churning out entrepreneurs. And I'm very glad to say that I've seen a whole lot of them.
It has been a thing of joy that the government has the youth in mind. For the governor, is a wonderful person for bringing this kind of program. Sometimes if I'm going out for a job, I do take 2-3 people along with me. I pay them. It's a good thing. At least I can also employ others.
It is also worthy of mention that as at September 30, 2018, dovetailing into 2019 fiscal year up to June, between the Office of the Chief Job Creation Office, Ministry of Agriculture, Delta State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency, Ministry of Women Affairs and Youth Development, over 20,000 persons have benefited from the state's flagship skills training programs.
May God help you. Amen. So that you will succeed. Amen. Other women will come to you and learn from you. This is also check this way to enable you to stand forward.
Amen. Sometimes when I hear about empowerment, I just tell people that they already know the people they want to choose. But this time around, when I got here, it was different entirely. Like me, I'm a hairstylist. I didn't really know how they make all those things, but I use them. But here I learned shampoo, I learned insecticide, I learned body soap, body wash, so many things. I'd like to say a very big thank you to Governor Ifeanyi Okowa.
Okowa is the best. I am a widow, and since my husband died, nobody ever trained me like this. And this might give me a training that I will never forget, that we use to empower others. I know this is future that he creates for me, and I love my governor.
Governor Okowa is a blessed man. He works very hard. He takes care of widows. My heart is full of joy because of Okowa. I will praise. Enu Okowa jeka adimma. He said, Okowa jeka adimma. He said jeka adimma. Enu jeka adimma. If Okowa jeka adimma. He said, that's my praise.
In the same vein, with improved linkages and partnerships, all 6 technical colleges now enjoy World Bank and C4 funding support. They run vocational programs, thus positioning them as Vocational Enterprises Institutes VAIS. These have become veritable centers for skills acquisition, giving verve to the strategic wealth creation policy and strategies of government.
The C4 project has a component which tallies with the objectives of the SMART agenda. And what you are seeing today, various skills through the technical and vocational, is a product of that partnership between the state government and C4 projects.
Aside the technical colleges, which stand as testimonies to strategic wealth creation, the government has also pumped in substantial cash to build and equip vocational training centers, which run like a conveyor belt, churning out skilled persons in different vocations.
When you compare here to other private premises, you find out that there's just a giveaway. They come here, they acquire the same skill others are paying thousands outside to acquire. And even of a better standard, because by God's grace, we are trying to ensure that they don't lag behind at all.
My son is very happy. He will say, Okowa is a go, it's a go. He will say, Okowa try. And really, he has tried for my family. And he has also tried for the youth of Delta State. And we are happy and grateful.
I want to thank His Excellency, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, for bringing this initiative to Delta State, because it has really helped youth to be able to gain self-employment. And it has really helped to reduce poverty in the state.
I can say for my students that have passed through this center, Delta State Technical Education Vocational Center, they are doing well. Some of them have gone abroad from what they learned here. Many of them are established in Konwe, Bogunogo, Odnicha, and different places. The governor is doing very well, and I will beg him to keep on this program because it is really having positive impact on the life of youth in Delta State.
In the words of Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa, unquote, "We have made good our word to unlock and unleash youth entrepreneurship through technical and vocational education. End of quote. And in addition to this, the people, via their testimonies, are in agreement that the government has indeed unlocked the potentials in Deltans through many other empowerment policies and programs as they march on into a stronger Delta.
Governor, you are too much! We love you with our heart!
Come to Delta State, come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. You better run, come to Delta State, come and see the good things where OKOWA they do. I see a job and work creation in Delta, make the youth say them highlight OKOWA. I see good roads everywhere in Delta, make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta, say me I say, come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.